often talk at Merchants and Planters Bank, downtown Newport or surrounding areas in northeast, north central Arkansas and out on the highway. We talk about people that's a hometown, what makes us a hometown bank. Here's one of the reasons that we are a hometown bank. Pat Davis, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you. Glad
Pat has had some experience here in this banking that we'll get to, but first of all, tell us a little bit about you for those people who might not know you. Tell us a little bit about grandchildren in your life. Just tell us a little bit about you personally and where you grew up. Of course, everybody knows all that anyway, but go ahead and share it with us.
Yeah, because I grew up in Jackson County.
Sure.
I graduated from Tuckerman High School back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. And still, so I've lived from Tuckerman to Pennington to Newport to basically Jackson County all my life. So.
Absolutely.
So I'm a hometown girl.
And the kids and grandkids we want to talk about just a little bit, just kind of give them a little plug.
Yes, I'm proud to have a new grandbaby, 18 months old, and,
wow.
and enjoying her. And she just lives across the block from me, so that makes it nice. It makes it nice. I get to see her every day, so.
Pretty neat, isn't it?
It's pretty neat.
Pretty
Looking
neat.
forward to spending more time with her at some point.
Absolutely. Well, you've spent a lot of time, as you say, at Merchants and Planters Bank. Tell us when you started, and we'll do the math and let everybody know about how long you've been here.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to do the math on me because I've been here for such a long time. I started in 1972.
Wow.
So I've been here 46 years. And that's really hard to believe. It's hard to believe for me because I've seen lots of changes, lots of growth. We've gone from one branch and one main office to now we're in 5 different counties, and several locations. And
you talk about the change and looking back a little bit, and of course, biggest change, obviously, technology-wise.
Technology. Mm-hmm.
And your title is?
My title, as of today, is Executive Vice President.
As of today.
Well, I mean,
maybe President of the Corporation.
No, I'm not saying that. I just mean I've had a lot of titles
along
the way.
There you go. You had lots of promotions within the bank. Yeah, no doubt.
I started out just in the bookkeeping, filing checks. Back in the day when I started, we had to alphabetize our checks.
Wow.
And we didn't even have account numbers.
Is that right?
People just had a ledger with your name on it, and so we had to learn to recognize your signature and everything else. So it was interesting.
Well, things have changed, and I often wondered, as many checks as we used to write, I said, it must have been a tedious job to have.
Well, it was, but of course we didn't have near as many accounts back when I started. But yeah, we couldn't handle it in today's environment.
Well,
because technology has improved.
Sure.
But it also has brought on other challenges too.
So when you talk about technology and obviously improvements, lots of challenges within that, but certainly from a consumer standpoint, a lot easier way to do business. That's what I enjoy about doing business at Merchants and Planters Bank.
Definitely. It's a lot easier, because people can, and we really encourage people to keep track of their account. And now with online banking, where you have an app on your phone, you have an app on your iPad, you can just connect with us 24 hours a day and really keep a good handle on your checking account, and you can immediately spot if something comes in that's not right, and we still have people here that you can talk to, so that makes a whole lot of difference when you're talking with a hometown bank.
I think one of the biggest things that you do have is that right there. Hometown bank, hometown people doing business with hometown people.
That's right.
And you can walk in the door and talk to somebody. When you need a loan, you come in and you talk to somebody, and those decisions they're made here.
Locally.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's
right. That's right.
Talk about some of the challenges of the changing technology world. I mean, what are some of the things that have been challenging to the bank and I guess computer systems maybe?
Well, computer systems, of course, our computer systems, make our life a lot easier.
Right.
For us to do things more immediately. But along with that, sometimes it's almost too fast.
Right.
It does make our life a lot easier, but we have a lot more things that we have to monitor, and we have a lot more risk.
Right.
You know, with technology becomes a lot more risk, so there's a lot of things that we have to monitor. You know, we have to, you know, debit cards is a good, you know, you hear all the time about fraudulent activity on debit cards, other companies being hacked.
Right.
Therefore, we have a lot of compromised cards that are not necessarily, the people don't necessarily have fraudulent activity on, but they've been compromised.
Right.
So we're constantly issuing new debit cards,
Right.
getting new numbers.
Happened with us. Ours have been compromised on a couple occasions.
You know, there's a lot of scams out there that we have to monitor for. We have to keep software in place so we can monitor people's accounts for for fraudulent activity. Just so we eliminate the risk for them, because our biggest concern is protection of our customers.
Yeah, I know that something that, of course, a lot of the travel season has already passed us, but one of the good things that we ask our customers to do, if you're traveling in the future, if you're going out of state, call us and let us know that you're going out of state, because we don't want you to not use your debit card today at a local restaurant, and then all of a sudden you're in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, trying to use it.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Because we have systems in place that we monitor their activity. So if all of a sudden you bought gas in Newport, and then all of a sudden a transaction comes in from California,
right?
There's a 99.9% chance that wasn't you.
Right,
that did
absolutely.
That. So if people get a call, you know, our fraud protection company will normally call to make sure, and if they don't get a hold of them, they'll put a temporary block on that card,
right.
and then somebody has to call and say, yes, that was me, or that wasn't me. And I know sometimes it's an inconvenient, but it is out there for their protection.
We were on the road just a couple of weeks ago and got a text message said your debit card was used here. Was that you? Yes, it was.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you know, and they may have your debit card, but the number or whatever, but they might not have your phone number, and obviously you're getting a good text.
That's right.
Well, there's no doubt you've seen a lot of changes here.
A lot of changes.
Yeah, lots of changes in 46 years. Congratulations on such a long career. And you said you started when you were 4 years old.
That's right.
That's right. You started off a young Pat, didn't you?
I did. I was a prodigy, child prodigy.
Well, I've been doing business with Merchants and Planters Bank since, I guess since I was in high school, which would have been that time. So, love doing business with my hometown bank, and that's what I've always called it. And we have our, our personal accounts here, and we have, when we need to borrow a little money, we ask to borrow a little money. We don't need much from time to time, but Merchants and Planters Bank has been good to us, and I know you've been good to Merchants and Planters Bank.
Well, I've enjoyed it. It's been a good place to work.
Fantastic, fantastic. Anything else we got to cover with our great knowledge about wisdom? Listen, at the age that you and I are, the technology is a little harder for me than most to learn about technology.
And we're adding more technology every day. You know, one thing that we have now for our business customers is a product called Remote Deposit Capture, where they can actually, if they're not a high cash intensive business and have to come to the bank every day, they can just make their deposits from their office. So it's a real convenience for them if they just deal mainly in checks.
Right.
And if they don't have the staff where the staff can get out and come and make their deposits, or so that's one good thing that they need to contact us about and see if that would be a good fit for their company.
Wow, yeah.
Just like maybe even your business.
I'm sitting there thinking, we don't do a lot of cash, and we'll get 40 checks a month. 40,
but if you find it, of course you're just down the road,
right? Absolutely.
From a branch. But say they're located 20 miles out, and it's not real convenient for them to come to the bank, so they can remotely deposit their checks.
Well, I have to get Linda to the office to do the check to get to the bank, so maybe she could just get there and not have to to the bank. But office manager, general manager, boss, camera lady, she's everything. The lady in charge.
Yeah, I know. You asked me what my title is. My title is Executive Vice President, but but it's also janitor. And
Job description a little different in it.
Yeah.
Job description. There's always title and job description. Yes, sir.
That's right.
Well, Pat, thank you so much for taking time to join us
Well,
here on the
thank
Business
you.
Spotlight and Merchants and Planners Bank, our hometown bank, and doing business here in Newport, of course, North Branch in downtown Newport. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.